किसी भी काम में किसी आउटफिट में कुछ थोड़ी सी गलती अगर ना हो ना तो वो मज़ा नहीं आता. दैट डज नॉट लुक्स लाइक इट्स बीन डन अ हैंड वर्क. एवरी आउटफिट, एवरी imperfection is a beauty in itself.
Customization is one of the most challenging tasks in our fashion industry.
The customization is a beautiful thing is nothing. Anuj Kapoor Labels is majorly a wedding couture brand, and second is Sustainable Fashions by AK. Partner with somebody who could take care of your customization part or a worker's part, and we do for a lot of small designers in that respect, and even the retail samplings we do it for certain people around us. Exclusive things or exclusivity, uniqueness, even before the trends coming in, वो हम पहले ही अपने clients को बना के दे देते हैं. Your theme, your value system, then he is not a good designer for you. Old ancestral times, jewelry was given such an important, and why Indians are obsessed about jewelry. I don't think so that anybody would be able to wear that collection.
Hello and welcome. This is your host Pragya and you are watching Beyond the Outfit. In fashion, people often remember the outfit, but what they rarely see is the vision, the decisions, and the years of dedication that brought it to life. Today's guest has been quietly building a label that believes luxury isn't just about what you wear, it is about how a piece makes you feel. Through Anuj Kapoor Labels, he is creating designs that celebrate individuality, craftsmanship, and timeless elegance. Today, we are going beyond the brand to uncover the journey, the challenges, and the mindset behind it. Please welcome Anuj Kapoor to Beyond the Outfit. Welcome, Anuj. Welcome to Beyond the Outfit.
Thank you so much, Ragya.
It is really a pleasure to have you here with us. And before we dive deep into our conversation, me and my audience specifically would love to know about you as a person, about Anuj Kapoor and the journey behind Anuj Kapoor Labels.
If I say about my journey, so I had an experience in a wide industries in different fields. Started in a commerce background and started my career in HR after my MBA. And then eventually landed up into the family business where the thing started up with, related to science and powder metallurgy. Yes, with a passion for clothes, and this industry was always there. And eventually after COVID, we started up this venture, Anuj Kapoor Labels, with my cousin and my wife. And then eventually after maybe a 6-7 months down the line, I was all packed up and here doing my journey for Anuj Kapoor Labels, and we are running this from almost like 5 years now.
Oh, that's amazing. So, you belong from a business family, and I would love to know whether there was any pressure on you, like the family pressure baggage, anything to carry forward the same business ahead.
No, never. And even my family, my father was not of an opinion that I should join a family business as well. And I even didn't had any interest in that family business, seeing the labor work and everything, right? Doing it into chemicals and everything going on, black chemicals in your hands and everything goes dirty. So I was like very particular about my hands getting dirty. So never thought of going into that business. But yes, the reality of the life is somewhat, changes your mind and changes your entire thing, your life journey. That yes, you have to go into the business. So there were never nothing as such that I have to do a job only or I have to be into the business. Now I'm doing my own business as well. So no pressures on from the family or from anybody.
That's wonderful. What was that one decision that you took before starting your business, and eventually business करते टाइम भी ऐसा फील हुआ कि वो रिस्की होगा या ये अपॉर्चुनिटी ड्रॉप कर देनी चाहिए?
See, business is all about risk. If you are ready to take up a risk, then absolutely in for a business. If somebody who does not wants to take up a risk in life, then play safe, go in a job. Nowadays, we even can't say that jobs are even secure and not risky. They are even risky. So life is full of risk.
Yes.
So it is nothing about risk. It is more about what you want to be and what kind of passion that drives you back.
Indeed.
Nowadays it is not just a business. Okay, you started, somebody saw it, you saw it, and you just grabbed it and you landed up onto it. But it is nowadays, I prefer that people, if you have a passion behind it, then whatever comes, whatever the hardships comes into you in between your business and your life path, you eventually cross those all risk and your difficulties in business.
Yes. Okay. What do you think? What is the biggest mistake that Indian brides commit before getting married?
See, in terms of brides, most of the brides commits a mistake of buying a 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh rupees of a lehenga from a local markets or from a wholesalers, where lakhs of copies are made for the same lakh of rupees of lehenga that they provide. So this is one of the biggest mistake that I see it with the brides. There are a lot many small brands and a lot many small designers who can design exclusively for them. And I should say that instead of buying it from there, go grab somebody who could actually design it for yourself, because it is your story and your journey. And to create your own story and journey, you cannot get something what it's been copied and made for several other people. Your story is not that common.
Yes.
So to make it more exclusive, you should prefer going it to the, in terms of clothings, to a designer who could just exclusively design for yourself, for you.
Yes. So I have seen there are many vendors at Chandni Chowk. You might know, if I specifically talk about Delhi. So I have seen there is a huge difference between buying from a label and buying from a Chandni Chowk market. So I have seen there is a difference between their karigari, the material they use, and the weight of the lehenga, obviously. So what is your opinion on this?
See, the same thing that I will tell you about it, that what you want to be. It is your story. It is your love line. It's a love life, right? And it's the biggest day of anybody's life, right? Whether it's a bride or a groom. So you need to decide how much you need to invest onto it. And secondly, what you want to portray yourself.
Yes.
Because that is a day which never comes back in anybody's life, right? The first wedding, the first, day of your life of starting a journey with somebody else is always a first.
Yes.
So to start that, you need to understand what exactly, you want to become that day. If you wanted to go to Chandni Chowk, you can go there. There are a lot many people, who could copy you to the biggest brands of India. You can get the copies there. So वो कॉपी करवाना है, वो एक्सक्लूसिविटी में रखना है, वो क्या करना है, वो आपके ऊपर डिपेंड है. और जितना एक्सक्लूसिव और कस्टमाइजेशन में जाओगे, then the price tag increases.
Yes.
And the workers and the handwork quality also increases with that. So nobody is going to get on to the thing that हमें अपना नाम खराब करना है, but they gives you the best what is according to your budget.
Yes.
वो अपना बेस्ट देते हैं. वो कारीगरी बिल्कुल डिफरेंट होती है. आप हैंडवर्क में जाओगे तो बहुत डिफरेंट टेक्निक्स यूज होती है, बहुत डिफरेंट आउटकम्स आते हैं उसमें. एंड व्हेन यू सी द सेम थिंग ऑन अ मशीन वर्क, दैट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट आउटकम. So it is only you have to decide what exactly you want to be. So it is your, I would say, a story. For us, it is always, when we call Anuj Kapoor labels also. So we have a tagline, the tales of fashion.
Yeah.
So it is your story.
Yes,
So
definitely.
we
it is.
create those stories. So we want people to create your own.
So what is your target audience?
See, everybody who wants to get into those exclusivity kind of a stuff, they are my target. They can come. Who have the vision of not seeing something what has not been prepared. So they are my target. If you could vision with me the things, then obviously you're most welcome to us. Because वो vision करना बहुत important है. हमारे पास samples होते हैं अलग अलग techniques के. You can see those samples. But visioning your bridal lehenga,
Yes.
even before it is made,
Yes.
and you would be seeing it almost like maybe 15 days, 20 days down the line before your wedding. So if you have those vision in yourself, to vision yourself in that kind of an outfit which has never been seen even by you,
Yeah.
so then you are my target audience. You can come to me.
Okay, so there is one interesting question coming into my mind. So, what was your reaction when you saw a bride wearing your Anuj Kapoor label?
See, bridals, we are launching it now. So
Oh.
we have seen lot of family members and the groom side and the bridesmaids, groom men's wearing our outfits, even the grooms last year, which we have started up. So at a very initial stage, we did almost like 4 to 5 grooms in 5 months.
Awesome.
So, and it was not just their wedding outfits, but it was more of their entire wardrobes. So that is what it feels amazing. We feel proud, we feel happy when people come and say we just loved it.
Awesome.
We don't want it to, get onto those rituals where we hide our outfits, that rather we want to showcase our outfit. So that's a proud moment for us, that when people say it and people get those kind of compliments from that. Yes, this is something what we could not imagine getting it from somewhere else.
Yes.
So first trials are very good, very emotional to attach with those clients.
Even the client feels so
Yes,
energetic after wearing
absolutely.
such a beautiful label.
I
and
have last
everything.
year one of the clients who was like, what a feedback that his sister gave it to me, that Anuj, he was so obsessed with the sherwani that he stopped wearing it any Varmala or the hearts, whatever it was in their culture. So he said, no, I don't want to do anything. I just wanted to wear my sherwani. That's it. Mere photographs kharab ho jayenge. So that's what it is, a proud moment for us.
Yes. It
Ki
is.
yes, we made it for somebody which made his day.
Day. Yes, it is.
That is more important. Those emotions and those, things that, attaches somebody to a outfit, like he was also visionary and he did not saw it. He saw it, his sherwani also for like almost 15 days before his wedding.
That is
And-
risky actually.
Yeah, because even that we were work for almost like 4-5 months on his
Sherwani.
sherwani and his entire wardrobe.
Okay.
So they come to me for the one outfit and they liked it so much that they gave me an entire wardrobe
Oh,
to be
wonderful.
made.
It is all about trust.
Yes.
Yes.
It is what we are able to create for ourselves, that trust in the client, that yes, we can create and we can deliver you something what it is, is not available in the market and which is going to be really exclusive for you. And once we make it, that is one of our USBs as well, where once we make any outfit for any of the clients, for especially the wedding outfits, so we do not regenerate that outfit for our clients, any other client.
Every client
Every
needs
client
that.
is different, every story is different, so
Yeah.
we create different outfits for different people.
Wonderful. So you being from a fashion industry that is very widespread, I guess, and there are so many designers. There is so much competition here, specifically in India. There are so many designers sitting in Mumbai, Delhi, everywhere in the cities. So how do you talk about, if I talk about fashion, how do you describe about it?
See, fashion for everybody is inspired by Bollywood. We also get inspired by Bollywood and other designers, right? But what it is behind is what makes you comfortable, what makes you emotionally attached to an outfit, what makes you confident wearing that. So that is a fashion for me.
Okay.
Not just an inspiration if we talk about, but it is more about what suits you, what makes you confident. That is a fashion.
Yes, yes. But I feel कि there is so much competition अभी कि there are so many designers sitting out there, and how do a client कि वो कैसे जज करे कि मुझे इस डिज़ाइनर से काम करवाना है या कैसे, क्योंकि सबके लिए एक बड़ा ओकेजन होता है तभी कोई ऐसे डिज़ाइनर वाले फैक्टर में जाता है. सो उसको जज करना या कैसे पता करे कि कैसे बेस्ट डिज़ाइनर है ये मेरे लिए, मेरे डे को एक स्पेशल ओकेजन बना देगा.
See, somebody who understands you is the best for you. If he's not able to understand you, your theme, your value system, then he is not a good designer for you. Everybody is good in their own field. Everybody has some unique things about to tell you, showcase you. But when a designer is able to understand you and your thought process, then that designer is the best for you. If he's not able to understand you, if he does not give the time to you in his or her process, then probably that is not a right fit. If he's not able to, and basically, आपको जो चाहिए, your dream, pen down onto a paper first, and then it becomes an outfit. If somebody is able to do that, then that is the best thing. That is the best designer. Go to any tailor, even if it is at a tailor as well. If he could jot down the things what you wanted it in your outfit, he is the best.
That's an amazing idea, actually.
Yeah.
So, if I talk about specifically fashion market, how will you describe that? Because market is very big and there is so much competition here. So, dealing and everyday challenges are really big.
Yes.
Be it about the karigars, the daily employees you are keeping in your studio or something. So how do you deal with it? Because it is very difficult to deal with employees and the karigars and day-to-day clients mess ups.
See, it is all about your dedication. Every industry and every work has some other advantages and disadvantages. It is just about what kind of a system that you follow in your organization, in your work, is very important to deal with all these small things with it. So we have our own system. We are developing, and we are upgrading our system. So how we are going to be creating the outfits, how we're going to do the discussion with our clients. So that all has a different system that we are, approach, we can say, to deal with the client. So nothing is challenging, nothing is like impossible, but we can say yes, something which is managed properly, your all disadvantages and all your challenges goes away.
सो आई फील कि हर बिजनेस में कोई ना कोई चैलेंज ऑब्वियसली होता है. सो आपके पास ऐसी कोई एक स्पेसिफिक स्टोरी कि हाँ इस मोमेंट पे आई जस्ट ब्लैक्ड आउट एंड सब कुछ ब्लर सा होने लगा कि यार अब कैसे होगा क्या होगा?
वो सब हमेशा होता है. स्पेसिफिकली हम जब भी किसी वेडिंग वार्डरोब करते हैं, सो हम सीजन में बहुत सारे वेडिंग वार्डरोब्स नहीं उठाते हैं. वी जनरली टेक 6 to 7 ऑफ मैक्स in 6 months, say approximately 1 per month. Okay. But उसकी प्रिपरेशन करने में भी बहुत टाइम लग जाता है, एक वार्डरोब को डिज़ाइन करने में एंड एवरीथिंग. सो हमारे लिए जो सबसे लास्ट में आया होता है ना, देयर इज अ सिचुएशंस व्हेन आई गो कंप्लीट ब्लैंक. आई एम अ कलर ब्लाइंड, आई एम अ डिज़ाइन ब्लाइंड. So even if something people ask me also in that last moment na, I say हाँ okay ठीक है done. Gone, because you're not able, when you go and engross yourself so much into your work, एक point हमेशा हर किसी के सिस्टम पे आता है, माइंड के सिस्टम पे आता है कि when you could not realize it कि what exactly the color that you're talking about would look nice or bad, वो combination सही है गलत है. So वो पूरा एक सिस्टम ना कोलैप्स पे आता है एवरी टाइम एंड विद मोस्ट ऑफ द क्लाइंट्स. एक कोलैप्स सिस्टम आता है जब आपके पास बर्डन होता है कि नहीं यार अब अनुज ये ना खत्म हो रहा है, बस नाउ यू लीव इट फॉर सर्टेन टाइम. सो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आई ऑलवेज टेक अ ब्रेक ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट लाइक 7 to 10 days where I say no more designing, no more color choicings. I would just sit blank and go to the studio, come back. That's it. Don't ask me anything. So वो बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट रहता है मेरे लिए, क्योंकि उसके बाद वो एक विजन बैक रीस्टार्ट होता है.
Yes.
तो वो हम हमेशा फेस करते हैं और हमेशा उसके साथ यही प्रोसेस है. मूव आउट ऑफ दैट फॉर सम टाइम, 5 days, 6 days, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द टाइम एंड एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज जो हमारे को लगाने हैं, कितने पेंडेंसीज हमारे पास वेडिंग्स के पड़े हैं. तो वो सब कुछ उस पर डिपेंड करता है, बट आई से यू मूव आउट, दैट इज द बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन एंड दैट आई डू.
Indeed, it is required.
Yeah.
So, I feel you are Mr. Perfectionist, like Amir Khan, because there is a reason. There is a reason because when I came up at your studio, I saw how you were talking to your karigars about a small thing, and that actually attracted me a lot. So, like how obviously you will go blackout.
Yeah. So what happens is, handwork is something which is made for imperfections, right? But when we deal with certain clients who are just like perfectionists like me, I am not that, but कभी कभी होना पड़ता है. तो उन clients के लिए हमें बहुत specifically टाइम डिवोट करना पड़ता है. एंड वी सेज इट, जब आपके किसी भी काम में, किसी आउटफिट में कुछ थोड़ी सी गलती अगर ना हो ना, तो वो मज़ा नहीं आता. दैट डज नॉट लुक्स लाइक इट्स बीन डन हैंड वर्क. वो हाथ के कारीगर से कुछ हुआ है, राइट? सो एवरी आउटफिट, every imperfection is a beauty in itself. And how do we manage and hide that thing? That is what a designer or a person, a professional person can do that.
Customization is one of the most challenging tasks in our fashion industry, because I have seen many designers who are specifically into customization, and they are not retailing like any other Western wear outfit. So how do you deal with it? Like, and what would be your suggestion for people who are trying to enter into this customization business?
So a very thoughtful process,
Yes.
and a thoughtful input from my side that if you are wanted to come as a fresher into customization, so don't come. So don't come, because it is the biggest headache, and it is something what it is a USP for my brand as well. And there is a beautiful thing also. If you have patience, it is good. If you don't have the patience to deal with daily things, daily customers, then it will be a very difficult. In terms of finances, it is too costly. In terms of getting a revenue, it is too costly, because in the world, the scenario in the fashion industry where we are right now, a lot of fast fashion things are coming. अब धीरे धीरे slow fashion की तरफ लोग बढ़ रहे हैं. But still, customization is something which can, shape up your body, what we believe in, right? But if you are going for, something ready-made, आपके बहुत सारे बॉडी फ्लॉज जो होते हैं ना, वो छुपते ही नहीं है, एंड यू टेंड टू कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑन दोज थिंग्स. Whereas in customization, there are 90% chances that your body flaws moves out if he's a right tailor or a designer, and you can get to know about yourself more with customization. क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं जो आप रोज देखते हो मार्केट में, वो आपके पास वही आप पहनते हो, वही आपके पास होती हैं, राइट? और जब आप कस्टमाइज करवाते हो तो आपके पास बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं जो आप स्टाइल कर सकते हो. स्टाइलिंग इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. A suit, men's suit would always remain a men's suit. Anarkali for a woman would always be an anarkali. But how you style that, and how you actually, what fabric you use it, and how you made to wear that, what color you are made to wear. So that all is possible in customization.
Yes.
It is not possible in ready-mades. It is just like go pick up and rack up the things and wear it. But customization is for a person who's getting it customized is also patientful. आपको पेशेंस रखना पड़ेगा, टेलर के साथ पेशेंस रखना पड़ेगा कि वो टाइम पर दे फॉलो अप करना पड़ता है. Sometimes we also forget the things. So वो patience वाला जो चीज़ है ना, if you're doing that, the customization से beautiful thing is nothing.
So what are you saying? Like, a person should enter into this business or not?
No. If you are not patient, then do not enter into it, because it is a hell lot of time consuming process. In the wedding days, in the season time, I have not slept for almost like days. 1 o'clock 2 o'clock और प्रोबेबली पूरी रात हम बैठ के काम कर रहे हैं वर्कशॉप में, हमें पता ही नहीं लगता है. So that's what the level of customization and dedication is required. If somebody you are okay, nahi yaar, I can't do all these things, so go for ready-mades. Get it, outsource your customization part. That is only possible. So customization is not for everybody. Whether it is for a designer or for a people who wanted to get the customized outfits. So this is both the ways.
So you might have seen Rahul Mishra's Paris Couture. So what is your take on it? Like, he just combined the Indian heritage on a global stage. That's a big thing, and I saw his reels and videos and everything. That is so mesmerizing. The designs were impeccable. Like, they were
Yes.
so amazing. So what is
Yes.
your take on it?
See, I admire Rahul Mishra a
Yeah.
lot. There are two designers who I admire a lot.
Yeah.
One is a Rahul Mishra, and second is Anita Dongre.
Yeah.
So Rahul Mishra, this was actually a mesmerizing collection. Very beautiful and very beautifully, showcased on the
Yes.
ramp with the jewelry and everything. That how our old ancestral times jewelry was given such an important, and
Yes.
why Indians are obsessed about jewelry. So वहाँ पे clothings come and jewelry was a main part,
Yes.
right? But yes, in a real term, if we talk about today, I don't think so that anybody would be able to wear that collection, right? So for me, yes, that is a creativity, and that is something what it is, a museum thing that we can keep it, he can keep it in collection, and
Yes.
obviously he's going to display that thing in his, studios and everywhere. But being a designer for me, it's what I work on is more of wearability. People should wear that.
Yes.
It should not just be a showcase. Maybe I'm thinking in that line, I'm not that big designer right now.
No, you are.
Like Rahul Mishra. And but yes, wearability is very important for me. Somebody, what you create should actually be worn by somebody.
Yes.
That makes up something, to make it more okay, people are wearing it. So wearability, if we talk about his entire mirror collections that he had been doing it from past 2.5
Yes.
years, that is beautiful.
Amazing they are.
Beautiful. Nobody could have thought of working with mirrors so much. And now if we see in the market, everything is flooded with mirrors
Mirrors
and
everywhere.
mirrors. Yeah.
So, if you talk about sustainability, like you said, like people should wear it, and in the aspect of sustainability, how would you describe your collection?
See, I run two brands with it. Anuj Kapoor Labels is majorly a wedding couture
Okay.
brand. And second is Sustainable Fashions by AK,
Okay.
which is more on sustainability, where we use a lot of cotton, sustainable fabrics, upcycling of your old saris, old outfits. So that is what I believe in right now. This is equally important. And we cannot, emulgate both the things all together. कि sustainability भी आ जाए और wedding coutures भी बन जाए. That is
Yes.
not possible.
Yes.
Especially in the Indian culture, it is not possible. So let's keep those things different. But yes, whenever we design any outfit or a wedding couture wardrobes that we design, we always give a thought process how a person is going to reuse this thing.
Yes.
So that is what everybody should keep in mind, making it something which is not wearable for a second time, because people and a generation that we have, they hardly wear anything after one.
Yes.
So उनको वो restylings और वो different techniques, the designers and everybody should even give a knowledge about it. Yes, how you actually can style those simple things. Even if in a bridal lehenga, then how you need to style that back. आपको वापस अगर उसको पहनना है कभी, तो डिफरेंट लुक के साथ आपको कैसे पहनना है वो पहले ही आप उसको बताओ. जब आपके पास कोई आया है तो उसको बताओगे, तो that's again a trust factor that happens with it. Because with my clients, that is very common, and my clients comes to me because of this. We had doing it the business from last 5 years, and that is all purely on reference. So those reference which comes, it comes because we give them even if it is a suit, then how's the next process that you're going to use it that suit as well. अगर आपका उसका दुपट्टा भी है, हम दुपट्टा भी आपको बना के दे रहे हैं, तो उसको वापस से कैसे यूज़ करना है वो भी हम बताते हैं क्लाइंट को. वी डोंट गिव हमारे जो मार्जिन्स होते हैं फॉर अ दुपट्टा ऑल्सो, जनरली आप मार्केट में देखोगे इट इज 33 इंचेस 32 इंचेस का विड्थ का नॉर्मल दुपट्टे का फैब्रिक आता है. बट वी नेवर गिव आवर क्लाइंट्स अ 32 इंचेस वन, क्योंकि उसमें वो 2.25 मीटर में वो कुछ भी नहीं बना पाता. वी गिव 44 इंचेस दुपट्टा, फुल विद दुपट्टास एंड फुल लेंथ दुपट्टास. हमारा दुपट्टा कोई भी 2.5 मीटर 3 मीटर से कम नहीं होता, इवन इन अ सूट एज वेल.
ओके.
बिकॉज आप अगर उस पर हैंडवर्क कर रहे हो तो वो दुपट्टा वापस से आपका एक दूसरा आउटफिट बन सकता है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. एंड फीमेल्स के लिए तो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर है ये.
Yes, that's it. See, that is what is the sustainability. It is not just about using, organic colors or, organic fabrics and everything. Handlooms use कर रहे हैं. But in this also, the synthetic fabrics जो mill fabrics हैं, उनके साथ भी sustainability हो सकती है ना. If you are using the right amount of content onto it.
Yes.
अगर आप छोटा दुपट्टा दोगे तो उसका कोई यूज़ नहीं है.
No use.
वो जर्नली तो अब तो नहीं यूज होता. जनरली पहले तो मॉम्स यूज्ड टू रैप अप द साड़ीज एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स इन दोस दुपट्टास ओनली. एक्सपेंसिव ड्रेस है तो वो उसमें रैप आउट हो जाती थी. बट आजकल तो गर्ल्स डोंट डू दैट. सो यू नीड टू टेल देम, वी आर नॉट गिविंग यू जस्ट अ स्मॉल दुपट्टा, वी आर गिविंग यू फुल लेंथ दुपट्टा. आप इसका जाके कुर्ती बना लेना ना.
That's a important suggestion
Yes.
and important feedback from coming from you, because अभी क्या है कि एक बार पहना okay, it's fine, it's done, just keep it away, and वो पहनने का भी मन नहीं करता actually. Be it for men's, अभी क्योंकि men's में भी काफ़ी fashion enhanced है already.
Yes.
So बहुत अच्छा suggestion था. I feel कि all the designers should do this.
We talk about the men's as well. बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो कि पुरानी साड़ी से अलग अलग आउटफिट्स बना देते हैं, राइट. बट व्हाट आई हैव बीन डूइंग इट फ्रॉम लास्ट 2 years, we had been generating lot of things from old sarees for men's as well.
Amazing.
So what people have not thought of कि men's के लिए भी कुछ बन सकता है उन साड़ी से, but we had been doing that for our clients. हमने एक प्लेन साड़ी था, वी हैव डिजाइंड अ कंप्लीट कुर्ता फ्रॉम दैट प्लेन साड़ी. सब कुछ हटा के उसमें से जो जो चीज़ें थी हैंड एम्ब्रॉयडरी करके, ना नोबडी कैन इवन, दैट्स अ सिल्क साड़ी. एंड वो सिल्क साड़ी में से हमने पूरा का पूरा कुर्ता बना दिया. ना दैट पर्सन विद हैंड एम्ब्रॉयडरी, सो द एंटायर लुक ऑफ दैट फैब्रिक गोज ना. अभी वो पुराने टाइम का सिल्क इज सो फाइन, यू विल नॉट गेट दैट सिल्क बैक अगेन. अब नहीं मिलेगा वो वैसा. तो उसको रीयूज करना था बेटर. वो साड़ी कोई नहीं पहन सकता, हमने मेंस के लिए उन कुर्ता बना दिया. जैकेट्स कैन बी मेड आउट ऑफ इट, इवन अ ब्लेजर्स कैन बी मेड आउट ऑफ इट.
एथनिक ब्लेजर्स एंड एवरीथिंग.
जोधपुरीज गोज वेल विद बनारसी साड़ीज, वो बन सकते हैं. So that's what it is, a sustainability ना. That's what it makes कि आपको कहाँ से क्या उठाना है और क्या बनाना है. So even the men's are trying a lot of poppy colors and poppy designs, big prints. So somebody who have that kind of a thing, so they can really get on with an upscaling of those sarees, mom ke sarees ka. Why do always girls have the pleasure of using mom's old sarees? So the boys can also use their mom's sarees now.
I'm getting so many ideas abhi, like I have so many sarees. I'll get back to you soon.
Sure.
So with AI entering every creative industry, so do you think कि ये जो creative segment है almost जैसे graphic designers है या any Photoshop editors, उनका almost job dead है, या creative writing की भी हम बात करते हैं तो वो भी dead है. So what is your take on the creative segment in fashion industry?
So if we talk about AI in fashion industry, is going to help, and something this is what we are working on. And yes, the human touch would never be escaped from this industry. People would be requiring designers for getting their outfits made. That is something what I feel AI cannot do. Designing a silhouette is another story, but designing something on a handcrafted things would never be done by AI. AI cannot handloom your fabrics. Textile AI से नहीं बन सकता है. That handloom means in hand.
Hand, yeah.
So you need people around it. So in this industry, yes, a lot of things will go on with AI, but what is the right combination that we have to find it out.
Yes.
It is can never be sidelined. We cannot sideline the AI onto it and technology, but yes, वो एक बैलेंस बनाना पड़ेगा जहाँ पे दोनों चीज़ें साथ के साथ काम कर सकें.
Yes, it is important and because अभी jobs काफ़ी गई है AI के रीज़न से और ये एक ऐसा सेगमेंट है मुझे ऐसा लगता है जो कभी कोई नहीं कोई AI कोई कंप्यूटर एनी सुपर कंप्यूटर कैन नॉट टेक इट अवे फ्रॉम यू बिकॉज इट इज़ ऑल अबाउट क्रिएटिविटी दैट इज़ इन योर हेड एंड यू विल नॉट.
Every person has a different kind of a creativity. When I talk about me, I'm more often to heritage kind of a outfits. Somebody is more into Western kind of an outfit. So you cannot steal that creativity. You could steal the way they work.
Yes.
But you cannot steal the thought process of somebody. Till now, we haven't got that kind of robots or something who can be emotional and who can, understand the emotional part and become a creative person like a human touch. So that is not possible yet, but even if it is there, happens in the future as well. But जो एक human thought process है, that cannot be copied, and that is very different for every individual.
Yes. So I have seen few struggling designers. So उनका क्या होता है कि ये जैसे आपके पास अभी इन हाउस डिज़ाइनर्स वो कारीगर्स वगैरह होंगे हैंडवर्क के लिए टेलर्स मास्टर्स एवरीवन इन हाउस ठीक है. जो आउटसोर्स करते हैं उनके लिए एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज होता है. ऊपर से सबसे बड़ा टेंशन तो क्लाइंट्स का होता है क्योंकि सबसे ज़्यादा इंडियन क्लाइंट्स स्पेसिफिकली वो ज़्यादा टेंशन क्रिएट करते हैं हमारे माइंड में कि यार ये ऐसा नहीं है वैसा नहीं है. छोटी छोटी चीज़ें बहुत बहुत होती हैं उसमें. सो व्हाट वुड बी योर सजेशन फॉर देम बिकॉज दे आर स्टार्टिंग एंड वी कैन नॉट डिस्करेज समवन बिफोर स्टार्टिंग अ बिजनेस. सो व्हाट इज़ योर सजेशन फॉर देम?
See, suggestion for them is come and join and partner with somebody, who could take care of your customization part or workers part. Okay, and we do for a lot of small designers in that respect, and even the retail samplings we do it for certain people around us. So start करने के लिए किसी के साथ tie up करो, collaborate करो, right? If I can do heritage and you could do Western, let's collaborate together. उसमें दोनों का cost saving होता है and we become more competitive into it. And secondly, there is a variety which attaches with the brand. There's a variety that attaches with the studio. मेरे पास सारा heritage collection है, आपके पास सारा Western collection है, right? So anybody who wants a Western, they can come in to my store and they can pick your stuff.
Okay.
I can recommend you, right? So instead of starting all of your alone, start with somebody who could be in collaboration with you, not just somebody who's already in the industry. Maybe if you're a friend, you can collaborate with them, where you think that yes, हम इनके साथ काम कर सकते हैं लॉन्ग टर्म में, एक विजन क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. उनके साथ कोलैबोरेट करो कि दिस पार्ट आई विल डू, दिस पार्ट यू डू. आप एक लार्जर बेस को, योर बेस कस्टमर बेस इंक्रीजेस विद दिस. एवरी टाइम पीपल आर नॉट गोइंग टू बाय अ हेरिटेज कलेक्शन एंड एवरी टाइम द पीपल आर नॉट गोइंग टू बाय द वेस्टर्न कलेक्शन. तो जब वो दोनों एक अमलगेट होंगे, दोनों साथ आएंगे, तो योर कस्टमर बेस वुड ऑल्सो हैव अ choice, difference of different things to choose from. उनके पास सिर्फ एक पर्टिकुलर इंडियन हेरिटेज नहीं है, उनके पास खाली वेस्टर्न नहीं है. सो दोनों चाहिए.
Okay.
So this kind of lot of more people can come and join different people.
So how come the newcomers build that trust with the designer? Because as a first timer, if he or she does not have a
See, I never
background.
said it कि you have to go with somebody who's already established.
Yes.
अगर आप उसके साथ trust बना सकते हो and he can create that trust on you and have a trust on you, then obviously go for somebody who's well established in the industry. You can start this small thing with the person, maybe your friend next to your house, maybe your fashion इंस्टीट्यूट के जो फ्रेंड है उनके साथ आप कोलैबोरेट कर रहे हो. सो कोलैबोरेशन कैन बी डन विद एनीबॉडी एंड ट्रस्ट इवन आप बहुत धीरे धीरे बनता है. सो वो ट्रस्ट बनाने में टाइम लगता है.
Yes.
सो वो ट्रस्ट ऑटोमेटिकली बनेगा जब आप लोगों को अच्छा प्रोडक्ट दोगे, अच्छा वैल्यू दोगे उस प्रोडक्ट में. सो द ट्रस्ट इज बिल्ड ऑटोमेटिकली. यू डोंट हैव टू बेग फॉर अ ट्रस्ट. It has already been made in the process. What you follow, that is what it is important. So start करने के लिए, I'm not discouraging anybody to not to come. Yes, customization has their own disadvantages because बहुत ज़्यादा capital intensive रहता है. आपके पास काम है नहीं है, you have to give your fixed cost. Fixed cost is about your कारीगर, about your tailor, your rentals, your electricity. These 4 things. And today your master itself, your tailor तो बात की बात है, master would eat away your half of your budget for a month. They're that expensive. If you go for somebody very good masters, तो वो आपका half of the budget ले जाएगा. So that's what it is. जब आपके पास काम है तब तो बहुत आसानी से, but जब नहीं होगा season में, there is a slack season as well in the industry.
Yes.
जब मई टू जून जुलाई का पीरियड आता है 3 महीने का, that is like even today I have to pay it from my pocket. क्योंकि उस टाइम में ना वेडिंग्स होते हैं ना ज़्यादा कस्टमाइजेशंस होते हैं. मई जून में पीपल आर ऑलरेडी आउट फॉर देयर वेकेशन. सो देयर इज नो पीपल अराउंड. सो उससे बचने के लिए दैट्स एन एडवाइस नॉट टू गो फॉर कस्टमाइजेशन एंड कोलैबोरेट विद समबडी. दैट्स द बिगेस्ट थिंग दैट यू कुड start up the things. Once you have developed that kind of a customer base for yourself that yes, आज आपको नहीं खाली बैठना पड़ेगा एंड आपको अपने पॉकेट से नहीं लगाना पड़ेगा. बिल्ड योर ओन टीम. तब आपके पास आपको पता होगा कि ये दिस पर्सन इज द बेस्ट, दिस इज द राइट पर्सन टू हायर फॉर. तो वो हायरिंग प्रोसेस आपका बहुत स्मूथ हो जाएगा. व्हाट इज योर एक्सपेक्टेशंस, अभी तो आपको यही नहीं समझ आएगा कि आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है आपके एम्प्लॉयज के साथ, क्योंकि यू डोंट नो, यू स्टार्टिंग अप विद इट एंड यू डोंट नो व्हाट इज द expectation of your clients who's going to come to you. So वो जब customization में आपके clients का satisfaction level and उनका IQ level आपको पता लग जाएगा कि हाँ my client wants this. So आप अपने कारीगर से भी तब वही चीज़ मांगोगे ना. Then your process of hiring becomes smoother in that respect. So that's what it is. Delay it. I don't discourage to not to enter into delay that thing because that delay is best for you.
Yes, I feel this suggestion would help a lot of people who are aspiring to be into this industry, and that's a great suggestion, I guess. So, my next question to you: how do you do your research work? Because research segment is the most crucial part before designing any outfit. The ideation, the everything, the process is huge. I know,
Yes.
but how do you do that?
See, the process what we follow with our brand is we discover the client first. That is the first step of knowing your client before even starting your work and a research is must. If you don't know your client, your all research work, all your mood boards, lookbooks, everything goes on to the waste if you don't know your customer. अगर आपको आपका कस्टमर के बारे में पता है अच्छे से, then you go and research everything, talk about to him, you would have a fair amount of idea. And we follow this process in our brand as well. We have designed almost say around 20 questionnaires which are a must to follow now. Anybody who's coming for a customization with us, especially from scratch to everything, so वो आएगा और वो पहले क्वेश्चनर भरेगा. Even before entering into my studio, it is a must and must thing that he needs to fill that questionnaire, and I need to understand what is his expectation out of me. So it saves my time as well, the client's time as well, and we know what is need to be delivered at the right time.
Yes.
So that is what it is. That is what process we follow it for our clients and for our brand, so that we do not, go into deep diggings and sitting for hours and hours and digging the client. Okay, you want this. No, shorten that process, shorten your study level. उसके बाद जब तक वो क्लाइंट हमारे पास आता है, हमें पता होता है उसको क्या चाहिए, उसको कैसा चाहिए. 50% of the work has been done with the questionnaires. Analysis हो जाता है उसका. उसके बाद हमें पता है इस काम के लिए आ रहा है, उसको ये आउटपुट चाहिए. So this kind of a things that I have to show it to him. So that research work goes on from the stage, from knowing your customer. हम KYC भी करते हैं ना, know your customer.
Yeah.
So that is the same process that we have to follow it here as well, to know your customer beforehand. क्योंकि wedding wardrobes में I had been started up this thing. हम hours of hours बैठ जाते थे clients के साथ, हमें खुद नहीं पता लगता था. Ultimately last क्या होता था, client भी unsatisfied रहता था and हम भी, क्योंकि हम कुछ output नहीं दे पाते थे. पहली मीटिंग में तो सिर्फ हम समझ ही रहे होते थे client को. तो उसको हमने शॉर्टन करके हमने एक क्वेश्चनर्स बना लिए हर सेट के लिए कि ठीक है, क्लाइंट को हम भेजेंगे, ये भरेगा, वो क्वेश्चंस हमारे पास आंसर के फॉर्म में आ जाएंगे, एक्सपेक्टेशन सेट हो जाएगा. एंड उसके बाद फिर डिस्कशंस होते थे, दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव एनालाइज्ड, आर वी ऑन अ राइट पाथ और रॉन्ग. तो ऑप्शंस होते थे. क्लाइंट इज आल्सो सैटिस्फाइड, यस, विद इन अ फर्स्ट मीटिंग द थिंग्स आर सॉर्टेड विद अनुज एंड वी हैड गॉट समथिंग कॉन्क्रीट टू वर्क ऑन.
Okay.
So that's the best thing of any research work, to know for whom are you doing it.
So if you have to design it for yourself, even of any of your family members, like wife or anyone, so what would be your inspiration from the history?
From the history, for me,
Yeah.
it is always at a last moment, so we don't design it for ourselves. So हम लोग हमेशा last moment भी कुछ भी, अच्छा ये पना है, ठीक है, this is what it is, इसका combination कर दो and let it be on
No,
to
if in case.
फैमिली के लिए मैं सही बोल रहा हूँ, तो कभी भी कोई डिजाइन करता नहीं है. वो हमेशा लास्ट मिनट होता है, और वो हमेशा फैमिली के कपड़े ना लास्ट मिनट में बन रहे होते हैं.
ये तो है fact.
हाँ, so even yes, last time what I have designed for them was based on the Mughal gardens.
Amazing.
And we took one inspiration for one of the lehengas from Fatehpur Sikri. So उसके बहुत सारे motives and बहुत सारे collections हमने उसमें incorporate किया था, because वो काफ़ी पहले से planned out हो रहा था. So that's how I was able to design it and give a thought process. And चाहे वो मेरी फैमिली हो, चाहे मेरे क्लाइंट्स हो, anybody, what I want for them is they should be a trendsetters.
Yes.
That's
As a
what I
designer.
believe. Yes, ट्रेंड से हटकर और ट्रेंड से पहले पहन लो. I always tell my mom as well कि ये पहन लो, ये नेक्स्ट आने वाला है. So if she agrees wears it, it is good. Otherwise, हाँ वो वाला तो then I said that ये अब आ गया ना, मैंने आपको जब बोला था 6 months पहले बना के पहन लो ये. So नहीं, तो that's what it is, the beauty in incorporating designing at something, bring it with everybody is not doing it. That is what is exclusivity comes for our clients. That's what we are surviving in the industry with. So वो exclusive things, वो exclusivity, uniqueness, even before the trends coming in, वो हम पहले ही अपने clients को बना के दे देते हैं. So उसमें बहुत सारे इनपुट्स जाते हैं, उसमें बहुत सारे रिसर्च जाता है. एंड स्टार्टिंग में जब मुझे नहीं समझ आता था, तो इट वाज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक मैं 12-13 घंटे तक ब्लिंक वॉचिंग भी करी है इंस्टाग्राम पे, टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग कि यस, दिस इज समथिंग, व्हाट इट इज कमिंग एंड व्हाट वुड बी द नेक्स्ट, व्हाट आई हैव टू मेक इट. पीछे के वीडियोस देखना, Pinterest पे चेक करना, वो इंस्पिरेशंस, ओके दिस वाज समथिंग लाइक दिस, नाउ वी हैव टू मोल्ड that inspiration, that mood board from something different. So वो research work में जाता है, especially when I'm designing it for my own collections. Clients के साथ इतना नहीं होता है, क्योंकि clients में और families में उनको लगता है यार जो market में मिल रहा है ना, we want that.
वही बेस्ट है.
वो best है. So वो best है. So that's what it becomes little tedious with the dealing in customization that people wanted what is already there in the market. To convince the people to get something which is not available in the market in the racks is very difficult.
Yes. Now I feel every house should have a designer.
Then where will I go?
So you have to complete this sentence. So there will be a blank for you, and you have to tell us why. Okay. So fashion becomes meaningless when blank, and tell us why.
Fashion becomes meaningless when it does not suit you.
Okay.
When you try to fit in something which is not meant for you.
Okay.
It is absolutely an absurd, because when I see it from my eyes, we always wanted that when you wear something, you are wearing it, and from a distance, somebody should notice you. This is what it is. It's a wow feeling for somebody from a distance that stands you out. So that's what is important for us.
Yes. Now we'll do a rapid fire round where you have to just answer in one word, and that should be quick. Okay.
ठीक है.
Okay. Okay, so first question. One fabric you can never stop working with.
Linens,
Great. Handmade or machine made?
machine made.
Okay. One celebrity you would love to dress.
Karina,
Awesome. One business lesson every young designer should learn.
profitability is not what you should crave for.
Amazing. One bridal trend you secretly wish would disappear.
Handwork,
Okay. Couture or minimalism?
both.
Okay. One fashion myth everyone should stop believing.
Trends that they see it in Bollywood.
One word that defines Anuj Kapoor labels.
Craftsmanship.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank
Anuj, for
you.
coming here.
Thank you.
Gave beautiful insights to all of us, specifically to me and to my audience.
Thank
It
you
was
so
really
much.
nice having you here.
Same here.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
And to everyone watching, we hope this conversation gave you a fresh perspective on fashion, creativity, and what it truly takes to build a meaningful brand. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Beyond the Outfit. We will get back soon with another inspiring story from the world of fashion. Until then, keep celebrating the stories behind the style. Thank you for watching.